major makeover. Holiday singer does a wheel and come again.
Siobhan with a solid rep as a singer. Holiday with Ding Dong, the one that should have opened doors. But Siobhan may be too modest and used to playing more of a supporting role. So now taking another tack, a different approach, including a change of name. No longer Siobhan. Siobhan is now Qyor.
Qyor, yeah. Yeah, still my government name, but of course, yeah, just working with this moniker now.
Why?
It's important for me to stop depending on myself and like respect the supportive energy that has always been around me. That collective energy, whether it be from my ancestors or from the ones who are around me physically, you know. And that's what it is, just singing with the voice of them.
Would you have thought that after Holiday with Ding Dong, that your career would have had a little bit of momentum after that?
I mean, at the time, we weren't thinking about the glory, we were thinking about the music. And it was just about putting out a song. So even showing up for it or standing beside it in a way that would grant glory, it wasn't something that we were thinking about at the time. At the time, it really was just putting music out.
But people know you can sing. People know you bring that because there are those gigs, but maybe in a team context?
Yeah, and I've always been the one to kind of sit back, do my part from that side, and was happy doing that too. And now it's just a whole different energy.
Not happy doing that anymore?
Not anymore.
You want to focus on you?
Yeah, and it is important for me to make sure that I take care of myself first so that I can do all that I want to do for the ones who depend on me, you know.
What exactly does Siobhan, now Qyor, bring to the plate?
What I've always brought musically, but way more confidence than before, way more clarity than before. And certainly the one thing that was missing was consistency. And that's what I've stood on more now with this new moniker.
Along with the new moniker, a single that sells the singer's somewhat different sense of purpose.
Cups up for me enemy them I try but me no want a new friend. But see the smile but me know them I pretend. Let me forgive her but me now forget.
Also a reminder that vocally he delivers.
Me and you give me the strength.
A lot of people can't.
Yeah, but
you don't need auto-tune.
No, I don't. But I mean, Jamaican people know good music, and they know when they want the vibes versus the proper part of the expression. I mean, there is room for all, and that's a good part. You know, it's expression. It's expression. I learned late that talent was what, 5%. Yeah.
When did that discovery hit you?
The last time I spoke to you, it was around that same time when I cut my hair and I started to realize that, ooh, you know, yeah, you're talented and it's good, but there's a lot more. There's a lot more that needs to be developed within you, and that was a big move then. Great sacrifices, even more than before, and then even with the shift of the name, just standing up more on what feels right for me, you know, sound-wise.
But were you just not making those right moves to get noticed and get the attention?
Yeah, I didn't care for it much. Now it's a whole different bar.
Them dead, can't trick me with any sick, can't come near me, come drain me energy.
So you're always of sort of two minds about the direction it is you wanted to, how far you wanted to go in the music industry?
I was always clear of my position in it and my purpose here. Always clear. But the go about, how to. I was very, again, just, the concept of humility, just feeling like, sit back, it will come. No, you have to kind of rule your destiny, and that's where it is right now for me.
So the Siobhan, no Qyor, what is that music sounding like?
It's sounding the very same as it used to, from me, but with a whole lot more authenticity, just a whole lot more truth, without apology. Just singing it and not overthinking it, not getting it in my head and getting into the nerd that loves music. And it's not about how long I've been doing music, it's about what's necessary to express now and staying true to the present moment, and that's what it is.
If you are not clean, you have to move from me. You are carry feelings in the field with you.
You really want to prove something?
To myself first. To myself.
What do you have to prove to yourself?
That I am worthy of all the success that I am.
That you missed out on?
Not missed out, but what I was created in. I was created for. It's not a buck-ups that I am who I am. It's not a buck-ups that I've met the people I've met. So like, why the hell am I holding that on that bushel, you know? Who does that help? Nobody. It doesn't help the people around me. It's not helping me, so I can't help them. So it's about doing that for myself first, so that I can do more for everybody that I love.
And he still loves co-producing and being a vocal coach, but that's not the goal anymore.
So I always loved giving that to other artists, but forgetting myself in the same breath. So now it's about creating a better balance.
Can you give me a line or just a note of something that sort of kind of brings us more into the picture about where you are now?
It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Change isn't something that I need to fight, and I used to fight it a lot. Because of course, you know, I really want all of that noise and that glory, but I need to not, you know, hide myself or subdue that power, you know. So it's like now I'm open to it, way more open to it than I've ever been in my life.
Did it take people like Frankie to nudge you in that direction?
And cuss me, yeah. It did, and give thanks for the ones, artists as well who I work with. Some of them always say, boy, you know, when they ready tell me, you know, like give thanks to the artists who not only mean well but do well for me, and I give thanks for them too.
Would it be indiscreet of you to say who?
I worked with a lot of them and I've learned from a lot, but big up Cranium, big up Agent Sasko, yeah, big up Dexter Laps, big up all the artists who are unknown too that's always been there for me and supporting me, Makian, Voicemail, Sharita Lewis, like people who are in my circle, and a whole heap more. They always cuss me and say, boy, just step forward, just step forward. Taurus used to cuss me a lot. He used to just cuss me like and just get tired of it, you know, and he used to always remind me about Luther Vandross working for Roberta Flack and being asked to leave, you know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, you're great, and I love the fact that you're on stage with me, but you can do so much more for yourself, you know what I mean? And that's where I've bit by bit started to step into it, step into like, okay, what am I really shying away from? I don't have nothing to lose. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. We're here. That's all we have to give. Show up for myself.
What has always been your calling card? What really is the thing that up to this point you know sells you?
Soul. Not the frills, not the distractions, but soul, pure soul. Whether I'm singing a reggae song, whether I'm singing Holiday, whether I'm writing a song for somebody else, I've always brought my soul as raw and pure as I've ever brought it on every single song I've done.
Is that a function of what you've listened to?
It's a function.
People that you've known, interacted with?
Yeah, give thanks for like learning a lot from Barry Hammond, like going to college, and Dean Fraser, and the elders, of course, Bob Andy, that taught me a lot about songwriting. But also how I grew up, Donny Hathaway, Sam Cooke, Dolly Parton, just understanding how to just write and sing what you mean and not BS it.
Is that a shrinking kind of musical aesthetic in Jamaica now?
No, it can never be. Jamaican people love soul. They live on it. They might not shout about it, but they wake up in the mornings with it and they go to bed with it. And that's why I'll never cheat myself again from expressing the absolute truth that I feel in my soul, musically. Not anymore.
Yeah, but the new name, I don't know if I'm looking at the spelling, though it's a little bit of a tongue twister until I figure it out.
Qyor, Qyor. You know it is like QU, it gives that Qyor, but Qyor, why not?
Why not, indeed? You may have picked up that Qyor's also embarked on something of a spiritual journey, but that's another story. For now, cups up.
And girl them